This pandemic has sucked for all Canadians. But Canadians know the way to get through it is to continue listening to.
This is Gun Cranks.
All right, people, it is the Gun Cranks, and we are off the... I'm sorry, I cannot do this.
I know.
The consultants tell us we've got to be more over the top and whack mondo, and we can't do it. So
We need to be influencers.
we need to be influencers, but we just simply can't do that. So welcome to the Gun Cranks. I'd like to welcome Justin Trudeau, Fidel Castro's love child. Look it up. And I am Guns Magazine editor Brent Wheat, along with American Handgunner editor Tom McHale, and the very special assignments editor, Roy Huntington. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. I've never been introduced by a tactical beard before. That's
Lord. Let's hope
kind of making my day.
it doesn't
That's
happen
not-
again.
That's not just a tactical beard, it's an inflatable tactical beard.
Even
So,
better.
If you want to be cool at your gun range, you can find these online. Just hook up your tactical beard, maybe get some fake sleeves, and you too can be an influencer. So
It's that easy. Yeah.
I got to tell a quick story, guys, before we get into the meat of this thing. I was at SHOT Show recently, and I watched a guy who had the Mr. T starter set. He looked like he was wearing gold lame pajamas, had his hat on sideways. He had a 5-person crew, and it was so funny because they were ready. Okay, ready? 3. Yo, 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 what's up? What's up, gun shooting people? I'm like, really? Seriously? He's probably got 7 million followers, but we cannot do that. I can't do it. I mean, I would like to see Roy do the yo, yo, yo thing, but whatever.
With my Hispanic accent, maybe, huh? Yeah. No.
Wow. We'll get banned
let's
for
not
that.
Go there. Yeah.
I think Tom just gave up. Well, guys,
Gotta
our
run.
topic today is if you don't have this gun on your nightstand, you are gonna die. Can we?
You will.
Hey,
There's only one right answer.
what's that?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying there's only one right answer. If you don't have the right
no,
one,
no,
you're
you have to say,
absolutely
really?
going to die.
No, it's like this. There's only one right answer.
Sir. Yeah.
There. Shall we do the
we're
whole
trying.
show like that? No, let's not.
To our legions of consultants that are watching, we're trying to be edgy and all that stuff, but we keep coming back to we're the Gun Cranks, and you know we can't overlook stuff like good information and useful information and maybe stuff to really keep you alive. So
Well, there's
guys,
that.
yeah, there's that. Okay,
I
nightstand
would have
guns. Let's
prepared
get
more
down
if
to
I
the
knew
meat.
that, but okay.
Did you guys see that? I just did that. Let's get down to the meat. Let's get to the
right.
gloss. Okay.
Let's go.
Anyway, nightstand
What's
guns.
on your nightstand?
I got a Glock 21 with a light and a laser, and it doesn't have a little TV window on it, but that's in my nightstand along with a spare flashlight and a magazine. So am I going to die, Tom?
Yes, you are.
Uh-oh.
Because everyone knows that a laser will only give away your position in
That's
the ninja
true.
games.
Yeah.
So
I think
I read it.
I think maybe what don't you have on your nightstand might be important.
True.
See, what don't you have on your? I don't have any hand grenades
yet.
because I haven't found the place that you can buy them yet. But I think that this is something that over the years, as when I used to be famous as the American Handgunner editor, which I'm not famous as anymore, Tom is, that was probably one of the things that you would hear most often from readers. It's like, hey, what do I do to protect my family? And everyone was always terrified. Hey, I have a 4-inch 38 special and a Rayovac flashlight. Is that okay? And everyone was always afraid. If they had a 9, they thought they needed a 40. If they had a 40, they thought they needed a 45. If they had a 20-gauge shotgun, they thought they needed a 12-gauge shotgun. If they had an AR-15, they thought they needed a Bushmaster, something. And so it's almost like sometimes when you tell people, actually your 4-inch 38 and your flashlight will probably protect your family. They don't want to hear that. Has that been your experience?
When you started to say that, the 4-inch 38 and a flashlight, I was about to interrupt you. I know that's rude, and say, yeah, that's the right answer. Or it's a right answer. Absolutely. Right?
Take all the money you save and go buy 3 cases of ammunition.
Yeah. Well, going back to the real deal stuff, we'll tell you, and I'd be interested if Roy will agree with me. Here's something that all the influencers tend to gloss over. If you got your machine gun in the nightstand or whatever you got, you know what? If you don't wake up before the bad guy comes in, you're dead anyway. So it's not just having the gun there. It's other things like maybe an alarm system, maybe some lights, maybe a dog, maybe making sure your doors are locked. How many times as police officers do we go to burglaries and, well, yeah, we left front door unlocked. Really?
Yeah,
I
duh.
got that solved. See, in my house, we have a division of labor. We've split up the home defense duties, my wife and I. Her responsibility is just one thing. It's to wake me up. Because she hears stuff in her sleep. I can sleep through a tsunami, right? Easy. I won't hear it. So it's like, you got to wake me up and I'll go deal with whatever, but you got to wake me up. So
Well,
it seems fair.
I think a lot of these things, like what's the perfect home defense gun? And Brent, I agree with you 100%, is that's something you think about down the road a ways after you've set all of your other defenses in place. And it's like people think, oh, they buy their new fill-in-the-blank gun and they put it in a holster on their belt and now they're protecting themselves. Yeah. It's like, no, you're actually dangerous right now, until you get training and until you learn what the laws are and until you learn how to be preemptive when it comes to recognizing threats and stuff like that. And so I just as an example, because people want to know examples, I have an alarm system on my house, which I set at nighttime, a perimeter alarm. I have 2 dogs who absolutely know this is their house and don't mess around it at nighttime.
Roy, I would never mess with Scout the Wonder Dog.
I know. Scout knows. So, and of course Susie and I are both armed and everything, but before we talk about the mechanics of that, is that some of these really basic, simple things, and that if you have a perimeter alarm and an outside light that clicks on if somebody walks up, you've just solved about 90% of somebody's going to break into your house at nighttime, problems, if not more. Add a dog to that, and I mean, you're pretty darn safe at that point. The other thing people often don't think about is if you have a house and you sleep in the master bedroom, is lock your master bedroom door at night, especially if you're on the ground floor. I mean, because if somebody breaks into your house, though, they still have to get through that, and they're going to be making some noise to do that. So there's just a couple things like that you should think about before you worry about if you're going to die because you have the wrong home defense gun.
Well,
right, guys?
Now let's get to the dead sexy part that everybody's here to see, though. Okay, guys, firepower. What kind of crazy, face-blowing-upping firepower you guys got beside the bed?
I'm going to have to confess, Brown, I started laughing at you when you were talking about your laser light, Glock, this and everything. But that was only because I couldn't get over the beard, the inflatable beard. So seriously, I have the same thing. I happen to have right now a Springfield Armory XDM Elite, just because it's a nice big gun, meaning it's easy to hold on to and has lots of rounds in it. But it's got a light laser combo in the front and a TV set on the top. Now, mine has a little bonus with good reason. You want to know why?
Grenade launcher?
Because, no, the coolest guy I know, our own Doc Wildman Will Dabbs, who is custodian of the Gun Crank Diaries, keeps a suppressor on his home defense pistol.
Oh.
And I have lots of suppressors, and I'm like, he's cool. But more importantly, these suppressors are just sitting in my safe, not doing anything. Why not stick one on there, So there you go. Why not? Well,
That's
actually,
a great idea.
But actually, it actually is not a bad. If you have one anyway, why not? And it's not to protect your hearing 30 years from now if you have to shoot in your house. It's because you want to hear what happens next, right?
Yeah.
So.
Which, as someone who shot a gun inside of a house without hearing protection, it's really loud, and it does damage your hearing eventually. So, all right, I've got an early Smith & Wesson M&P with the biggest 9mm magazine I can stick in it, and it's got a light on it, and I have a set of electronic hearing muffs that you can turn up, and that's right next to the bed. And like Brent, I have a backup flashlight. So But remember, at nighttime when you get up, you probably don't have any pockets, So, in addition to that, I have a little bag on the floor next to the bed that you put over your head, and in that is a spare magazine and a spare flashlight, and because you have to be able to see. I want to not have to reload if possible, so you want a lot of bullets in the gun, and then you have to be able to hear and communicate, and so. Susie also has a set of electronic hearing muffs. And so when I've trained a little bit, and when you get up at nighttime, or you feel the nudge on your shoulder, Tom.
Wake up!
The first thing I do is I grab the muffs, put them on, turn them up. And now your hearing is as good as your dog's, basically. And you can hear a creak in the living room. You can, and then you can whisper to each other. You can hear what's going on. And then if you do end up having to do a lot of shooting, you can still hear.
Yep.
And that's really important. So think about that.
Well, my question, Roy, is what kind of gun does Scout carry? Because I know Scout's got to be strapped.
Well, what's interesting is
Desert Eagle, for sure.
There is no laws against dogs going armed.
True.
Show me a law. Not
got a
a law
point,
anywhere.
Well, let's go with the corollary here, because I'm truly interested in hearing this. I've got it's a Remington 887, which they didn't make very long, but it's a great big pump gun built on the 870, and that's laying right underneath me, all ready to go. So I've got basically two guns, one portable and handy, and one quite large and capable of making great big holes. So what do you guys keep within wingspan, or do you?
I don't have a long gun that I would probably go to at nighttime unless I really had to, because it's been my experience, and certainly yours, Brent, I know as a policeman, is that usually there's really no time.
Right.
If you wake up and it's like, if you don't have it right there at hand, you do not have time to go run to the safe and dial a combination, and get a gun out. And so I try to kind of plan to make do with what I have at hand. And I think people might be wise to keep that in mind,
Yep.
So, and while I have your attention, though, is put a fire extinguisher next to you on the bed, next to the bed too, because as Clint Smith used to say this all the time, and I always thought he made such good sense. You're more than likely going to need a fire, protection at nighttime than to repel a burglar,
Yeah.
And so if you have a big stout fire extinguisher, you could beat a burglar up with it or shoot him with it if you want to. But more importantly is that you could fight your way out of a house fire with that. True. So don't forget.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I did want to share one thing that I think can put all the internet arguing to bed seriously, about what's the right gun and rifle, pistol, shotgun, whatever. Unload your options, whatever they are, rifle, pistol, whatever, very, very unloaded, and then get up and walk around, in the daytime. Pick up a phone, bring a phone with you, and pretend to call 911 or somebody. Bring a flashlight with you. Now try and figure out what option is going to let you do what you need to do with two hands and all that gear. So, Roy, I'm kind of with you. I have a rifle next to my bed too, but I'm really struggling to imagine when I would pick that up. The handgun can be used with one hand while a phone or flashlight's in the other. You can do that. Harder to do with the rifle,
Yep.
Well, and it's training.
So test it out. Test out your scenario.
You are right. Go through the motions. I'm going to geek out here and let you know, have I practiced clearing my house here by myself? Absolutely. Because that's when you learn, hey, I can see myself in that mirror over there, or, gee, I can't reach the light switch from here, oh, gee, I tripped on that carpet. And I'm here to tell you, now at nighttime when something happens, you remember, and you think, oh, I've done this before. I know it's about 5 steps down the hallway, and I know that. But it goes back to what we talk about, where people buy a gun and they think, okay, I'm ready to go. No, you're not.
Yeah. Well, I want to expound further, since you guys have kind of shot me down on the shotgun under the bed, but I put it there. First of all,
I still like
it's like my pacifier. I feel better knowing it's there, but truly, I don't think I'll clear the house with it because it's too bulky, but I put it there for that scenario where I've always been an advocate of, if you really think somebody's in the house, don't go after them, okay? I know you're going to if
Yeah.
you hear a noise. You're probably going to check the house. But if you really, truly believe there are people in your house, the trick is get behind the bed, call 911, and that's where I'm going to post up with that shotgun. I got the handgun in backup roll. You know, so I'm really ready to repel boarders, and they would have to be awfully silly or completely crazy to try and assault me and my wife in that position behind the bed with all that firepower. So that was kind of my thought, and I just wanted to bring that out because, you know, that's another option there too.
I could not agree with you more. And just to be
Absolutely.
clear, I was 100% joking about the laser giving away your position. Because, you know, what's going to give away my position is me yelling, "Get the heck out of my house. I've already called the cops." That's what's going to give away my position.
Exactly. And if they come down that hall,
You're exactly right.
I'm sorry, they're bought and paid
Wait a minute,
for.
you guys are cops. I can just call you.
Oh, I'll be happy to show up, but it's
Perfect.
going to take, I think, about 12 hours for me to get there, and that's if I leave right now.
That'd be the only thing.
Sir, I have
you
friends
know,
coming. Can you please wait?
Hold on.
And by, I think the lesson though is that it really doesn't matter what's on your table next to you. I mean, as long as it's a functioning gun and you know how to use it, and you've got a good flashlight and some decent ammunition in it, that's actually the smallest part of the equation, I think, and I think you guys will agree. The rest of it is you have to be prepared. And you guys all said the single most important thing, which is, unless you've got kids in another room and you're really frightened that there's a bad guy in there, you know, and you have to go rescue them, then I can't think of a reason to leave your bedroom to go try to clear your house, in spite of what you may see on YouTube, you know, with guys with dark slanty sunglasses.
And inflatable beards.
And inflatable beards.
Well, guys, I think that wraps up this topic in a nice, neat bow, and I'm sorry, I hate to disappoint you. If you stayed around looking for me to put the beard on and get crazy how we're going to kill and murder and slash, we're just trying to talk common sense here based on a lifetime of doing this stuff. So hopefully we got some information across, and maybe it'll make your life a little better, or maybe make you sleep just a little bit better at night. So as usual, I got to ask, please make sure you leave a comment on the YouTube channel. We've had, thankfully, a lot of our viewers have gone to our websites and watched this. It doesn't count. You got to go to the YouTube channel because that's what those people want to see. They want to see all these comments. So please go to YouTube, check out the video, leave a comment. Roy is in charge of answering all those, so leave very detailed questions that will take him hours to answer. He'll be happy to do that.
Oh, he does gun valuations and appraisals and all that.
He'll even do counseling.
service.
You've got
We're
some
full
psychological issues you want to talk with a complete stranger. Put them all out there. Roy will get back to you on that. So, real quick though, check out gunsmagazine.com, AmericanHandgunner.com, AmericanCop.com, and Tom, we've got special publications. You just finished up a new DIY, didn't you?
Yeah, DIY guns. This year's version. Check it out. Lots of stories on how to maintain and tweak your own gear.
Well, great stuff. Well, I can't think of anything else to talk about on this topic, and I've thrown my inflatable beard too far away, so I won't stop that with that. So anyway, on behalf of us, the Gun Cranks, Tom McHale and Roy Huntington, I'm Guns Magazine editor Brent Wheat. Be careful, sleep well at night, knowing that you're a free American and you have access to firearms. So otherwise, get out there and get shooting. See you next episode.